First, I am going to talk about what is this research project and why. We all know natural lighting creates a pleasant environment, promotes healthier condition and save energy, and it is an important factor in the design of educational institution. So my topic is an analysis of daylighting performance of learning spaces in local government sector schools in Kandy. The main problem of access to adequate daylight for learning environment in the tropical region is threefold. Extreme fluctuation and discomfort due to overheating, excessive contrast and glare, and the lack of specific design guidelines. So almost all learning space in government sector schools in Sri Lanka are free running and do not have climate control systems. Building facade is one of significant architectural design elements. So why I am doing this? Lack of adequate research and design guidelines on facade design for optimized daylight in the tropical climate, and lack of guidelines at master planning level for national schools in Sri Lanka. So this study investigate daylight performance of learning spaces in local government sector school which are designed according to typical classroom design requirements established by Ministry of Education. The study further identified planning related design consideration which impact the optimum daylight performance of learning environment. So this panel show why important it is. Although understanding of the impact of daylighting in the learning environment is not conclusive, many positive benefits of daylighting have been linked to student health and well-being. So let's jump into case study. For this research, in-depth lighting integration analysis was carried out three typical classrooms in Beravats College, Kandy, Sri Lanka. A field survey was conducted at Beravats College, Kandy. The school belongs to Kandy Educational Division and is located facing Kandy Ampitiya Road. It is categorized as AB type provincial school that consists classes up to grade 13. Survey took place within three classrooms. All participants were school students aged between 15 to 16 years. The layout plan orientation of each classroom is shown in the figure 1. Classroom A was located on the third floor of the Siyawasa Hall, three-story classroom block, and classroom B located on the second floor of the same building, and classroom C was located on ground floor of Beravats Hall, which is two-story classroom block. Both buildings are linear block shaped and classroom are directly conduct to common corridor. So the survey was conducted on 23 of December 2020 from 8 am to 2 pm. The illuminance was measured inside the classroom using Hobo data loggers. The survey conducted on 23 of December 2020 from 8 am to 2 pm. The illuminance was measured inside the classroom using Hobo data loggers every 1 hour. All measurements were taken at 0.75 meters height above floor. The same location were measured in the same time using simulation model Autodesk Ecotech and Autodesk Revit was used to model the classroom. The point of field measurement and the simulation of the illuminance are shown. Calibrate a simulation for three classroom used for analysis of daylight condition within classroom for 23rd of December 2020. The BIM simulation and Ecotech model provide more accurate representation of natural light distribution for defined intensity of illuminance. Models confirm that they allow to significantly increase the quality of the design and lighting system through a better adaptation to the actual condition. The accuracy of digital model was checked by using result of the measurement as well as improve the lighting condition in the classroom in order to obtain an architectural solution for the lighting design. So the student perception of the lighting condition in the classroom was monitored using questionnaire survey. The questionnaire was adapted from the survey on perspective, spatial analysis of the color and light. This is method of visual evaluation of space and light developed by Professor Andres Liljefoss. So the objective of the study is the overall objective of the research is give qualitative and quantitative assessment into the daylight responsive of learning environment. This study aimed to identify impact of daylight integration on visual comfort and propose solution to improve the visual comfort in classroom. So let's jump into result of this thesis. So the daylight simulation and field measurement to classroom A and B, that both classrooms receive high amount of solar radiation on east facade during occupant hours 8 am to 2 pm. The west side did not receive much direct sunlight during occupant hours. The 1.75 meter width corridor located on east side of the building act as buffer to occupied area and reduce the impact of direct solar radiation during the morning critical hours. Summarize the result of the illuminance measurements and simulated illuminance for classroom A and B. High level of illuminance on the working plane on east and mid of the building. The illuminance at the same points in classroom B, which was located one floor below, had much lower illuminance level on the working plane and better light distribution. Classroom C is located on ground floor of Berewards Hall. The classroom received daylight only from west direction. Figure the specific insolation in the southwest window areas. Therefore, this classroom doesn't receive adequate light and need artificial lighting. Low level of daylighting is present in east end, which does not have access to daylight. So figure 8 summarizes the result of the simulated illumination for an classroom C. There is low level of illuminance on the working plane, all measurement points below 200 lux. The study reveals that lack of awareness in integration of natural lighting with design can either result in increase the negative effect of excessive daylight exposure or lack of adequate daylighting. In upper levels and east facing classroom, the main problem were associated with high levels of daylight such as excessive shadows and light patches, uneven light distribution and color distribution, and impaired perception of objects and text. At the ground floor level and south facing classroom, when natural light is not properly integrated with design, result in uneven light distribution, non-uniformity, and light result in difficult in reading at work plane and impaired visual perception of object and text. In upper level of east facing classroom, lack of proper shading can lead to glare, high variability in light levels, excessive shadows and light patches, uneven light distribution and color distribution, and impaired perception of object and text. At the ground level, the main problem is related to lack of adequate daylighting. Daylight openings on no one side result in further reduction of availability of daylighting as in classroom C of objects and text. Design of shading devices is a central point in west and east oriented classrooms to avoid direct light as well as increase the light distribution in the space. Moreover, the research look ahead to define a set of design guidelines in an aim to optimizing the use of natural lighting and visual comfort in school buildings. Propose improvements depending on the different orientation of the classroom in order to deal with glare problems, maintain
accessible lighting levels as well as to reduce the use of artificial lighting. The need of introducing fixed luvers to classrooms which are oriented in a east-west direction. Further improvements can be achieved by using movable and semi-transparent internal blinds.